or
Good morning.
worries anymore. That paralyzes me.
As I drive every day, I always listen to my goals in the background. I will never ever function without setting goals every year and pushing towards the manifestation of those goals. I have to always remember that 6-year-old kid that was dreaming to want to be like Bruce Lee, one day was able to manifest many of those dreams from the lowest level of poverty. And I have to keep saying that because a lot of times when I look around and I begin to try to accept people for not accepting me for who I am, I have to remember why I have to accept myself for who I am and what I have accomplished. I'm not bragging and I don't want to put anybody down, but I don't think many people can make it through some of that stuff that I had to overcome. I mean, just think about it, living on the street, suicidal thoughts, all those crazy things, man, everything. You know, you contemplate wanting to murder yourself, contemplate wanting to, you know, in the midst of a shootout or a drug transaction, you hoping that something don't happen that can cause you to change your life, where there's almost like a point of no return, where you pull the trigger and take another life. I was so blessed to not cross that line many times, man. Getting in confrontation with those in law enforcement and people telling me to chill, man, stop before you lose your life. And I'm not promoting any of the stuff that's going on right now, but the reality of it is I was always able to step away and step back and be blessed and know that God saved me for a bigger purpose. And I can never forget that purpose. I got to remember a lot of these illusions outside of ourselves, like the bling, the cars, the home, the businesses, the rewards, the money. All those things are false. Those things come and go. They're a big illusion. Yep, they're a byproduct of who you feel inside. But if you allow those things to dictate who you are inside yourself, and I'm saying for me, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. If I'd allowed jail, locked up in a maximum security prison, I say it again, a maximum security prison. Ain't supposed to have been there, a maximum security prison. DOC, 23 hours and let out for 1. Yeah, okay, we talk about it, you hear it, but I don't think you listen to me. And choosing not to die, and choosing to live, no. Sitting in a paddy wagon, because the choices that you made. Sitting in a paddy wagon in a hot summer day, left on the street of downtown Baltimore for an hour or 2 hours, while the driver had to go into court for something. Can you imagine that? Handcuffed by another person, side by side, chained like a slave, hands shackled, feet shackled, waistline shackled, all because of choices I made, because I never accepted me for who the hell I was. Fighting so hard. I mean, imagine in the back of an alley, down the street from your home, in the back of an alley, sleeping because you cannot get no more drugs. Fiending. Stand up all day, all night, just so you can get high until there's no more. Checking in a shelter. Got to check in at a certain time. If not, you don't get a bed. While you in a shelter and you see people bodies dropping out the window, hitting the concrete, splash, and no police. You got to sleep with your eyes open. You got to know that guess what? If you take your eye off the prize, it's all over. Knowing you locked up in the jail and you might not wake up the next day, there's no guarantee that you're going to wake up the next day. No, man, I got to remember that. I say it, and I ain't bragging because there's nothing to brag about, but I'm surprised that I'm even where I'm at right now. And I got to continue to accept what God has allowed me to be where I'm at today in this lifetime, man. My mom dying in my damn arms, dying in my arms. Her last breath in my arms. This ain't no joke. You sitting in a stash house with a couple of G's and piles of drugs stacked up, hoping that the police and nobody come through that doorway. And they didn't. Nah, man. No. I'm saying this to me. I ain't saying this to nobody else. This is just me talking to me. What's the hell wrong with you, Bam? Well, you forgetting and you letting other people and other places and other things dictate your potential and what you can achieve? Going to China and being recognized as one of the greatest people that martial artists to train in China, making up everything so you can learn a form to come back home and win a world championship, and you do? Nah, come on, man. No, On the bus for 4 days, to go to a tournament to get 8th place, and then to get back on the bus to come back home because you want something more. You want something more. You want something more. And don't nobody believe in you. Nobody supports you. Nobody back you. Nobody even know where you're going or where you at. Yeah, I got to remember that, man. Because all those things are the things that define me, man. To come home from China, to be teaching in China. How can I forget that? To run my first martial arts club at 13 years old. 13 years old. To have my first school at 17. To send letters out to sponsors to be sponsored by 7-Eleven and McDonald's. Yeah, the spelling was correct. Everything was incorrect. Everything was incorrect. But people can see through the passion. You want proof? You want documentation? I got proof. I got documentation. I got the original letters. I got the letters that where the jail warden wanted to hire me because of my ability to dig down inside myself and want more from life than just to settle for a little mediocre. Yeah, I have a dream called a $9 billion dream, and I'm never going to lose sight of that dream. Because I know when I let my insides be destroyed and I don't accept them, and I forget where the hell I've been through and what I've been through, it's all over. I should have been dead when I was molested as a kid and couldn't make it and was hiding under the bed every time I'm saying what's going on in my house and living through so much pain. But you know what? I chose to live. I chose to go in that room and go to those movie theaters and film them Bruce Lee films and film those Kung Fu films and steal them Black Belt magazines and every book I could possibly get my hand on because I needed to keep my dream alive. I will never, ever be an ignorant person ever again, seeking knowledge of some other individual without being able to seek that knowledge myself. That same Bible that man has in his hand, I need to pick it up and read it and see what it's saying to me. What are those words that it's speaking to me? Those are the words that I got to live by. That's what I got to remember, man. There's so much more in store in this world. The real wealth, once again, is your time, failure, and your experience. Come home from jail not knowing what the hell I was going to do, how I was going to raise a kid. Everything that you can possibly label a black man coming up in the city of Baltimore, give me the label. Give me the label because I had to break that label. Yeah, and I can sit back there and I talk to people and I have conversations with people, but hell no. I choose to live. I choose to fight through all that stuff, man. I'm not letting nobody, no place, no bling, no illusions determine or dictate what God can manifest in my life. And I'm saying that for me. That's real talk. Me speaking out. Speaking, saying, thank you, God. Please guide me and give me the strength to hold true to what you want me to be and to do whatever you want me to do. Since I was a 6-year-old kid and nobody else was there, I was present in a house, a project house, with family members and everyone, but nobody understood what got me up and made me strive and become the man I am today. And still nobody understands. Like I don't understand anyone else. They can't see the dream, but I will never give up on that dream because the moment I give up on that passion, that creative desire, that creative push, then I'm gone. I was a man that didn't live by principles and integrity or traditions. I just lived by the illusions of life, the drug, the drink, the bling, the money, the environment, the lifestyle, the lifestyle of a hustler. That's what dictated me. And you know what? It almost cost me my life. The greatest thing that ever happened to me was to go to jail, and nobody gonna take that from me. You can beat me up, you can spit on me, you can beat me down, you can cage me down, you can lock me down, you can call me whatever you want to call me, you can do whatever you want to do, but you will never take my spirit from me. My spirit will always thrive. That urban spirit will always break through the barriers that I have broken through, and this is just the beginning, because I'm just realizing that the fight, the spiritual fight and the warrior's mindset fight, no, that's not just a term. There's an internal manifestation of that goes beyond just the words, and I got to remember that. I had to throw every piece of jewelry, every piece of clothing, everything. I had to make a commitment to say I was sick and tired of being a hustler. I didn't want it no more. Anybody that knows what I went through in that city of Baltimore, anybody knows that in that Lafayette Projects, how deep I was in that game, and who could just turn back? You got G's, we talking more money than most people could possibly imagine in your possession, and you decide to let it all go because you know what? You want to dream. You want to manifest. All that dream is the happiness and the inner peace to know that when you went in a jail cell wanting to commit suicide, you chose to live and realize that God has something more in store for you, and you found the way to wake up every day in the manner of peace, harmony, and happiness, and walk through a maximum security prison with empathy and love for other brothers, other people that was present in that place. And you were able to come home with $20. And people kicked you out then. $20. And they kicked you out then. That's right. They kicked you out. Told you get out. Go apply for welfare. And you jumped on a bus and you moved to DC and you never looked back. And I'm not going to look back. I'm going to continue to look forward because I know this spirit that God has blessed me with. Until the day I die, I will make sure I will be a living example of God's strength, God's harmony, and God's peace. And you're not going to flip me with a martial arts business and none of that, because before anybody even supported me, even before I even went back to an EFC, they rejected me. Even when I got on WMAC Masters, everybody rejected me and left me out there to dry and left me out there to fail on that tournament circuit. You did everything you could do to stop me from thriving. But I continue to hold on, and I continue to believe in that 6-year-old dream that little kid had when he realized that he could be a superhero or some type of role model for kids struggling just like he was struggling. That's right. And I will never forgive that. I'll never forget that. Excuse me. That's right, man. Nobody will understand that. We all have our own inner demons, our own inner battles, and our own inner passions, and we got to continue to fight for them each and every day. And I'm never going to forget that. I make that commitment today. This is a new cleanse for me. I will never let none of that external stuff. Coming home. Yeah, that's right. Coming home. Losing the martial arts school. Losing 2 martial arts schools. That's right. 2 of them. The one on North and Charles and the one down at the Inner Harbor. And then be able to come back, and God bless you, an opportunity to start one in Fairlanes Aquatic Center that's still based upon the one we're doing right now. It's not that I was smart. What I realized, just like you realize in the hustling game, the man that was better at the money, let him run the money. The man that was better at overseeing the product, let him oversee the product. Let the people play their roles and recognize that you will never, ever let no man tell you what you can't do. All my life, people told me what I can't do. Keep telling me what I can't do, because all you're going to continue to do is motivate me to show myself what I can do. Yeah, when I was locked up, they said you was a menace to society. They said you're a product of your environment. You ain't going to break the cycle. You won't change. Well, guess what? I'm going to be the change that I bring each and every second of the day. And I don't care how nobody feel about that, because I understand what it do. Because there's some little kid, there's somebody out there that's so raw, so connected to such misery, such despair. All they need is hope. They got a dream. They got a passion, just like I had. Don't give up on your dream and your passion. That's right. It's a $9 billion dream. You could think that it's not going to manifest. It will manifest. It is manifesting now, and it will live far beyond my lifetime. And I understand that. I understand the value of martial arts. I understand the people I trained with. I understand the elements, the things that I did just to show that, guess what? I know what the hell I'm talking about. I know I got a foundation. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. What it is a new expression of something old. And I got to remember that, man. You ain't going to flip the trip. You ain't going to trip me out and fake me out and make me believe. No, do not wait. The one thing I can tell you, man, hold on. If they can't show you facts and experience, they can't show it to you in facts and experience. I don't care what education. Education don't make you smart and intelligent. I don't care what degrees you got. I don't care what titles you got. I don't care what you believe. Don't misinterpret a warrior's politeness for weakness. Because there were several times, man, that I know what I had to do, but I chose not to do. That self-defense and all that we claim we want to teach, it goes beyond that. You can learn all them techniques. You got the heart, the will, the desire, the passion, to want a better life. I want a better life. I want peace, harmony, and happiness. Remember that.